I mean, how do you communicate the value of data transformation for people like certainly like they may not have this technical background?
I mean, I'm going to give you a real example, a personal example. For example, I mean, nowadays ESG is becoming more important every day. And this is the type of data, environmental, social governance data is sometimes not as not as reachable as other types of data like the financial or risk data or whatever have you. So it is, like I said, it's very important to have the link between the different departments and functions of an organization and the objectives to the data set so that it becomes easier and linear to consume and find and construct the right, let's say, data, maybe you want to call it data lakes or data suites or data storage or whatever have you, so that it is relatable to not only the people in operations or finance, but other areas of the organization that are becoming much more public, if I may, and that should have access to data in a very agile and lean way, and without having to go through the burden of harmonizing or transforming or normalizing that data for consumption and use.
So is
So
that
yeah.
what it's like? You simplifying terms for people within the business?
Yeah,
Yeah,
to a
yeah.
certain extent, and also not only simplify, but like I said, harmonize. Like for example, to give you an
Mm.
example, when I was in my banking days, for a very specific or a critical data element, as we used to call them, there would be a different perception between people from finance and people from risk, for example. I
Yep.
mean, in terms of revenues, people from finance would call, revenues would include pieces of information that would not necessarily fall into the same category for risk people, for example, because for risk people, I mean, if there are those strings of revenue, that means that the portfolio may be deteriorating, whereas in the case of the commercial guys or the finance guys, that means a higher income. So again, I think there has to be making it easy for people to understand how to understand pieces of data, critical data elements, whatever you want to call them, and also aligning the definitions.